Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's MargaretGeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I've got a brand new coffee this morning, kind of a carryover from last week. New coffee adventure. That's why I'm using the Indiana Jones coffee mug right here. Big thank you to Jamie Horn. We're on another new coffee adventure this week. Hang on, let me get a sip. Oh, that is one more. That's really, really good. Now, last week we were introduced to the Shave Masters coffee from Sovereign Bean Coffee Company. And the folks at Shave Masters, which is Barry Bedford, Doug Embry, and John Bonham, very, very kindly sent this to the channel. And the folks at the Sovereign Bean Coffee Company threw in a little extra. Here this week we have Libertas from Sovereign Bean Coffee Company. Boy, this is a good one. This is a medium dark roast. Boy, is that nice and smooth. And here's what they have to say about it right here. Raise your cup to liberty and savor the taste of freedom with our Libertas medium dark roast. A blend as bold and steadfast as the patriots who fought for independence. Crafted with a rich union of South and Latin American estate beans, each sip is a tribute to the courage and tenacity of those who dared to defy tyranny. Roasted to a robust medium dark, this gallant brew delivers a full-bodied experience with a resolute character. Its nutty essence is complemented by the smooth, buttery whispers of caramel. A flavor as enduring as the spirit of 76. From the front lines of flavor, Sovereign Bean Coffee. Coffee worthy of a republic. Boy, it's 100% Arabica coffee. This is a good one. I like the flavor. I like the medium dark roast. One more sip. Hang on. Oh, that's terrific. And as we like to say on the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug, let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Boy, this is really very, very good. I love that label, too. Check that out. Huh? Isn't that great? Yeah. And hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. I really do appreciate it. If you're tuning into the podcast via all those great streaming platforms out there like YouTube, YouTube Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, that sort of thing. Thanks very, very much for listening. I really do appreciate it. Boy, we got a great show for you this morning, but one more thank you again to the Shave Masters and Sovereign Bean Coffee Company. My thanks to them. And we will have a link to the Shave Masters Instagram channel where you can check out their show every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We introduced them to you last week. Check out last week's intro and you'll learn a little bit more about them. Just know that they're on Instagram. They do an Instagram live show called Shave Masters with Barry Bedford, Doug Embry, and John Bonham. And again, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So check that out when you get a chance. And also check out these wonderful coffees from Sovereign Bean Coffee Company. Libertas and Shave Masters. Boy, this is terrific. And of course, Shave Masters being the Shave Masters' own brand of coffee. That was absolutely brilliant. Well, again, we got a great show for you this morning. Thanks very much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Let me get to my topics and we'll talk about what we're going to have on the show today. We have got a really, really neat shaving tip. Oh, we also have an announcement about YouTube. I want to kind of update you on what's going on with YouTube. I've been meaning to do this for the last month, actually. And from what I can see, some things have changed. So want to kind of update you on that. Got a great shave den visit of sorts. Wait till you see this. This is kind of neat. A big thank you to Chris Bodrab, who, by the way, sponsored our recent giveaway. We're going to have an update on that too. But we also have something in the shave den visit that is kind of new. It's familiar. It's new. Well, wait. Hang in there. It's coming up real soon. Again, a giveaway update on the Chris Bodrab sponsored giveaway. We also have some great refill comments. Got some great new wet shaving gear to share with you. One more sip. I got a little frog there in the throat. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that cleared it out. Again, refill comments, some new wet shave gear to share with you, and some questions and comments to round out things. Great to be with you this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. We have a couple of shaving tips from viewer Mike Perit this morning. And Mike writes, Mark, I have a few shave tips that I haven't seen mentioned in a while. First one is for half DE razors. Double check the blade alignment and installation. I was about to shave my stomach to prepare for my pump site as I'm a type 1 diabetic. I loaded my leaf thorn with a new blade, twisted it down, and on the first swipe, it was hopping and got me about 10 times in a 2-inch long line as one side of the blade wasn't fully seated in correctly. It's not that bad of a cut, as it's just a bunch of small spots where the edge hopped into my skin. Oh, I know that. That's kind of like a pocket, like it's jumping and like leaves a little red mark there. I think that's what you're referring to. That's happened to me once before. So just a warning to all to double check the blade before starting the shave. This is a really, really great shave tip, Mike. Thanks very, very much for mentioning it. Always check blade installation, especially on these manually loaded SE razors like the Leaf Twig and Thorn. I believe the Thorn is a little more aggressive than what I have here, the Twig. The Twig was very kindly given to the channel by Bill and Connie Murphy. Bill and Connie, thank you very, very much. Here's a photo of Bill and I from the Maggard 2024 meetup. Connie snapped that picture, and Bill very, very kindly passed along this Twig razor to the channel. And I like it a lot, but yeah, the way it opens up and the way that kind of turns to the side, you know, open it up and it turns to the side like that. And then you seat your blade here, and then you've got to twist it to go all the way down. And okay, keep going, keep going. Okay, there, now, okay, yeah, now, there it is. Okay, now if the blade is seated correctly, you'll see that everything is nicely aligned. Double check it, especially on these single edge razors that you manually load. Injector razors are going to be a little different, but I would still check them as well. You never know. So yeah, a very, very good tip, Mike. Thank you very, very much for that. He continues here. Second one is using the leftover lather after all your passes. I started using this leftover lather after my 2 passes to relather over the areas I shaved and letting it sit while I clean up. Rinse my razor, bowl, and brush and dry them out before rinsing this lather off. This has made my shaved skin feel great, especially when the soap has some skin foods in it. Yes, absolutely. I agree 100% with that. Love the Monday morning mailbag. Michael Perit, or is it Perit? I apologize. I failed to remember how to properly pronounce your last name. I think it's Perit. Maybe it's Perit. I'm sorry. Anyhow, great shaving tips this morning, Michael. Thank you very, very much. Really do appreciate it. And leftover lather is one I've got to remember to use in the shave den to use that leftover lather and just kind of apply it to my face and let it sit there and clean up and just let it continue to condition the skin. That's a great, great shaving tip. And then rinse it off and go about the post-shave routine. That's a really, really marvelous, marvelous shaving tip. So 2 great shaving tips this morning from Michael Perit. Michael, thank you very, very much. And to say thank you for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. So please email me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use it here on the viewer morning shaving tip segment of the Monday morning mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Michael, thanks again for a couple of great, great shaving tips and wonderful reminders. We've talked about these before, but it's always great to revisit these wonderful shaving tips. Thanks for the shaving tips. Thanks for the reminders. Really do appreciate it, Mike. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, YouTube has changed their rules regarding views and how they are counted here on this streaming platform. I saw a couple of other YouTubers talk about this, and I found some information on Forbes where they discuss this. Here it is in a nutshell. Starting July 15th, 2025, YouTube will introduce stricter monetization rules focusing on originality and engagement, which may affect how long videos are viewed and monetized. Now, I think what this means is that YouTube is looking for more engagement from the audience. Now, my audience really does a great job of engaging this channel. Thank you all very, very much. So this is just a reminder to please hit the like button, share the video, and also leave a comment. The more engagement, the better. And I really, really do appreciate that. So that's just a heads up that back on July 15th, 2025, they kind of changed the engagement rules. And you know what? It's just catching up with me now. I should have mentioned this a few weeks ago, and I kept forgetting to do that again because the engagement from this audience has always been wonderful. So if you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, share it with others out there, and please leave a comment. I sure would appreciate it. And I think that will satisfy YouTube's new guidelines for engagement. So thanks again very much, everybody. Really do appreciate it. Okay, it's time for a Shave Den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup. Boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime. A classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
Well, what'd you think? Did you see the intro and how it changed a little bit there? Mark Vernick working his magic once again. Check that out. If you saw the window, it says Mark Zerati's Boom Lather Products. How about that? And parked out on the street is a beautiful red convertible, a red Thunderbird convertible from the 1960s. I love that car. And Mark had emailed me earlier in the week and said, you know, just humor me here. What was your favorite car? And I remember as a kid, I had this classic toy of a 1960s red Thunderbird. I loved that car. I absolutely loved it. And I've always had a great love of the Thunderbird automobile because of that model car. And Mark arranged to have that red Thunderbird convertible put right there outside the barber shop. Wow, that was really, really very thoughtful, Mark. Thank you very, very much. So folks, I hope you enjoyed the update to the Boom Lather intro created by our very own Mark Vernick. Mark, I don't know how you're doing it. It's just genius. Thank you again very, very much. All right, let's get to the Shave Den visit. We got a couple of things from viewer Chris Bodrab. Check this out. Hey, Mark, thought I would include this video of this shave bowl I just made a couple of days ago. Actually, very hard to work with Fordite. That's spelled capital F-O-R-D-I-T-E, Fordite. Actually, very hard to work with Fordite making a bowl as the material is too fragile to mount to a lathe in the typical way. So I had to find a workaround, but I'm pleased with how it turned out. That's absolutely gorgeous, Chris. Thank you very much for sending us along to the channel. Of course, Chris creates these beautiful artisan shave brush handles from CB Brushworks, his own brand, and that's what was in the giveaway, 4 of them. We're going to have an update regarding the winners on that wonderful giveaway that Chris sponsors. So Chris, thanks very, very much for sending that along. He also sent along this. This is kind of like, I guess you could say, a universal Shave Den visit of sorts. He wrote here, please feel free to share on your channels. And he says here, Todd Abala, that's spelled capital A-B-A-L-A. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Todd Abala recently posted a message about losing his curated collection of shave gear. I had been thinking about creating a shared folder containing photos of shave stuff for folks who like to use the Shave Den app or another database to catalog their collection. He and I have put together a shared Dropbox folder with pictures of various soaps, splashes, balms, razor blades, bowls, etc. Feel free to make use of this and to add your own images to help build a collection for our community. If you do add some images, please use the naming convention in place with the name of the artisan followed by the name of the product. Now, I'll get a link to it below, and I'll also include the password. The password is ShaveDad, one word, lowercase. Once again, the password to get into this folder, we'll have the link. The password is ShaveDad, one word, lowercase letters, and you can get in there and check out all these wonderful photos of this database of sorts that's being collected and built by our community. A great idea by Chris Bodrab and also Todd Abala. So, gentlemen, thank you very, very much for sharing that with everyone this week. Really do appreciate it. Chris, thanks again for the great Shave Den visits. And also a big thanks to Mark Vernick for a wonderful update to the Boom Lather Shave Den introductory music. Mark, thanks again very, very much. Chris, thank you very, very much. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, here's an update on the Chris Bodrab sponsored giveaway. Chris very kindly sent along 4 artisan-made CB Brushworks shave brush handles. Absolutely gorgeous. We gave away 4 of them. Here are the winners. First prize went to Mark W. Kinney. Second prize went to Mike Gutterman, 3427. Third prize went to Doug Fulkerson, 5245. And fourth prize went to Ruben Lozano Jr., 4362. Now, first prize, second prize, and third prize winners have contacted the channel. We've got everything packaged up, and by the time this airs, it'll be on its way to those folks. So when you do receive them, make sure you take a picture of it and send it into the channel, and we'll share those pictures on the Monday Morning Mailbag. Let everyone know that you received your brush handle in good condition. And we're still waiting to hear from Ruben Lozano Jr., 4362. By the time this airs, he may have contacted us. So we might update that on Second Cup later on today. So we'll find out. So it's just a matter of when he's going to contact us and when this is being recorded and edited and that sort of thing. So great giveaway sponsored by Chris Bodrab. 4 great brush handles, artisan-made brush handles, CB Brushworks artisan-made brush handles. Again, first prize was Mark W. Kinney. Second prize was Mike Gutterman, 3427. Third prize, Doug Fulkerson, 5245. And fourth prize, Ruben Lozano Jr., 4362. My thanks to Chris Bodrab for very kindly sponsoring this giveaway, and congratulations to all our winners. Well, here's your last reminder, because this week is the 5th annual Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup taking place on Saturday, this Saturday, September 20th, 2025, at River's Edge Cutlery in Hilliard, Ohio, with attendance capped at 50 due to space limitations. Attendees will receive exclusive soap and splash collaborations from Barrister and Mann and Sterling Soap Company, plus a bonus offering from Adopted Acres Soap Company. The event features homemade barbecue, prize drawings from top shaving brands, and a piff table for swapping gear. Continuing its tradition of giving back, the meetup supports the Children's Cancer Research Fund through a raffle organized by Dave Keiss, honoring Barb Keiss's cycling and fundraising efforts. So there you go, folks. This Saturday, September 20th, the 5th annual Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup from 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at River's Edge Cutlery in Hilliard, Ohio. We'll have a link below where you can get tickets. I got my ticket. I hope to see you there. Now, you just heard it mentioned during the Ohio Wet Shave Meetup reminder, the Children Cancer Research Raffle by Dave and Barb Keiss. Here are all the details regarding that. Hello, I hope you've had a great year. My wife and I are riding our bicycles in September to raise money for a great cause, the Great Cycle Challenge that supports the Children's Cancer Research Fund. Over the last 10 years, the community of 12,373 riders from all 50 states have ridden over 36,887,211 miles and raised $1,013,810 in support of research to develop better treatments and to find a cure for childhood cancer. Over 15,700 American children are diagnosed with cancer every year, and sadly, 1 in 5 of those children will not survive. 38 children die every week. That's 38 kids too many. We ride in memory of Sophia, a young warrior who battled like a beast for 1 year before she lost her battle with childhood leukemia. Despite the pain and anguish, she declared each day the best day ever. We should all have that ferocious attitude. In 2024, wet shaving artisans donated more than $2,050 in shaving products and gift cards to help us raise money to support the Children's Cancer Research Fund. From those donations, we raised more than $2,500 to fight this horrible disease. This year, there are 19 packages we're giving away. Each $5 donation gets you 1 entry into the drawings. When you make your donation, in the comments section, please type wet shaving and where you saw this message. Sorry, contest open to continental U.S. only. Live drawing on Instagram on Friday, October 3rd, 2025 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have the link below where you can donate to this very worthy cause. This raffle that is going to help beat childhood cancer. And they've got some great stuff up there. We'll link there. Check out that page. They got it all listed there. I mean, they've got a $100 Wolf Whiskers custom-made shaving brush that Wolf Whiskers donated, a $100 Captain's Choice gift card, a $50 summer break gift card, and $50 Dr. Mike Emporium products from that particular artisan there. My gosh, $50 The Razor Company gift card, a $40 Alien Shave Set of Choice. There's all kinds of great stuff up there. A $50 Henri at Victoria gift card, along with a $50 Hoffman soap gift card. Boy, oh boy, check it out. There's all kinds of great prizes up there. It's a $5 donation. And again, it's a very, very worthy cause. And my thanks to Dave and Barb Keiss for allowing me to share all this information with all the viewers out there. So get up there. We'll have a link so you can help with the Children Cancer Research Raffle that Dave and Barb Keiss participate in every single year. They're biking for a cure, a very, very worthy cause. Again, my thanks to Dave and Barb Keiss for sending along the information. Folks, we'll have a link below. Thanks again to Dave and Barb. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low, that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on one more sip from this very, very delightful cup of coffee. Yeah, that is very nice and smooth. Like I say, medium dark roast. It's got a nice smoothness to it, but also has that medium dark roast kind of boldness, not overly bold, just enough. A great coffee taste from Sovereign Bean Coffee Company Libertas. And again, thanks to all the shave masters out there and to the folks, John and all the folks at the Sovereign Bean Coffee Company for very kindly sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers out there. Sovereign Bean Coffee Company Libertas. This is a good one. Medium dark roast. Nutty essence. Nice smooth caramel note there. Really, really terrific. And don't forget, Shave Masters coffee from Sovereign Bean Coffee Company as well. And check out the Shave Masters live show every other Tuesday on Instagram. We'll have a link to that below so you can get to both Sovereign Bean Coffee Company's website and also the Instagram channel of the Shave Masters and pick up a bag of their coffee as well, or get Libertas or get them both. They're both great, great coffee. So my thanks to everyone involved with that. And if you want to know the health benefits of black coffee, check out Mantic 59's website, The Black Coffee Life. It's a blog with a lot of great information on the healthy benefits of drinking black coffee. And don't forget, my friends, Bunny Host and John Reiner's book, The Lockhorn. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly change the subject. And also their wonderful Lockhorn's Laugh-A-Day calendar for 2026. Both of those are very giftable. Will make great, great gifts, especially as we go into 2026. You want a great gift for someone in the year 2026, this Christmas or Hanukkah? Check out the Lockhorn's 2026 Laugh-A-Day calendar. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, absolutely. Love the Lockhorn's comic panel. We'll try to get a link to it where you can read it online and familiarize yourself with it if you've never read it before. It is very, very entertaining. So my thanks to my friends Bunny Host and John Reiner, to Mantic 59, and also to the Sovereign Bean Coffee Company and the Shave Masters. Okay, a little housekeeping out of the way. Let's get to some of these comments here. This comes from Jeepers Peepers 8223. And he writes, "Hi, Mark. Just purchased the new Coveem razor from Amazon for $8.99. It's now $12.99 on Amazon in less than a week because I only have 27 because I already have 27 razors already." True madness. Shaved with it yesterday and got just a great shave. I have a timeless razor that I paid $250 for, and it is an amazingly great shaver with top-notch construction. However, my shave with the Coveem matched it in every respect. I like to try inexpensive razors just to see what kind of shave I can get. The Coveem did not disappoint. My timeless will always be my favorite. However, just goes to show you, it's fun to try new things. Hey, you know what? That is great to hear. We've talked about bargain razors, and I think this one will probably fall into that category. Something that's, $3, $5, $10, somewhere in there. And what I've always said, and please comment below and let me know if you agree or disagree, is that with the timeless razor, a beautifully made timeless razor, you'll buy one, I'll buy the same one, and they will be consistent in their quality and their shave. Whereas with some of these bargain razors, you may not get that consistency from razor to razor because it's a lower bargain. It's a lower bargain priced razor, and sometimes that quality control will be how do I want to say it? A little more wide, a little more open, have a little more, well, for lack of a better word, a little more slop. Let's just put it that way. Whereas I think a timeless razor will be absolutely precise and spot on. So if you buy one and I buy the same one, they're going to be identical in every way because of the precision manufacturing that is carried out from the folks at Timeless Razor. Whereas the Covim and some of these other razors, you'll buy one and it'll shave great. I might buy one, might be a little more aggressive, might be a little milder. Sometimes it's a roll of the dice, is what I'm saying. So I appreciate the comment. Please comment below. Let us know if you agree with that. I'm just throwing it out there. That's kind of what I've said all along. But yeah, I enjoy a good bargain razor as well. Sometimes you come across a razor for like $10, $12, and it's like, wow, what a great razor. And then you buy a second one. It's like, well, you know what? This is not as good as the first one I bought. Now, when you get into the $20, $25, $30 range, you get more consistency and higher quality, obviously. But that's just my point. I think you get what you pay for. Sometimes when you get a bargain razor, you'll get something that is exceptional. Sometimes, maybe not. That's just my point. So thanks very much for that, Jeepers Peepers 8323. Hey, Jimmy V Photography checked in. Love that combination. I can pretty much get rid of the thousands of other blades I have and just stock up on Rex blades. They sing in every razor I own. Yeah, this was the video, Recipe for a Great Shave. I have 2 other videos called Recipe for a Great Shave, but this is the one from 2025. And we used a Rex blade in a beautiful Henson version 2.0 copper finished razor that Beth Jones very kindly and generously sent to the channel. Beth, thank you again very, very much. That blade and razor combination were outstanding. Absolutely love it. And I think the Rex blade is probably a blade that I'm going to use in more than not in that Henson razor, that version 2.0 razor. It's a stunningly good looking razor. It gives a great shave, and the Rex really, really adds to the wonderful shave that Henson razor delivers. So thanks again to Beth. And Jimmy, thanks very much for confirming that. He continues here. Your talk about taking your time and enjoying the process is spot on. My shave time is my zen time. No models, editors, directors yapping at me. Just me and sound of whiskers getting mowed down. I'll have to check out the Wolf Whiskers brushes. It's going to be tough to beat my Phoenix Shaving Atomic Rocket. I have a ton of brushes, but the Atomic Rocket is my most chosen. Yeah, you know what? The Atomic Rocket is a terrific, terrific shaving brush. Wolf Whiskers are beautiful shaving brushes. I have one, and I have 2. Yeah, they're beautiful. They're really, really wonderful. But the Atomic Rocket is a great, great shaving brush. It was one of the first shaving brushes that I acquired from Phoenix Shaving. And it's so good. You've inspired me to make sure that I get a backup next time I order from Phoenix Shaving. So Jimmy, thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate it. Hey, the one Baba checked in. I've used Head Slick for years, but I have never found the need to add shaving cream. It's slick enough. I've never even considered it. The Head Slick, the Head Slick came with that Moto razor that David Dart very kindly sent to the channel. We did a review of it, and I've been using it ever since for head shaves. A couple of exceptions here, using a safety razor for a head shave, but that Head Slick is really, really slick stuff. And in the video Recipe for a Great Shave, we use it as a pre-shave. It was wonderful, but yes, you can use it just on its own. And I did use it on its own for a shave just the other night. Yeah, a night shave, and it was really, really good. Very, very slick. Wow, that was terrific. However, I did miss having a nice, cushiony Santa Beard kind of lather. But in a pinch, if you got to run out the door, grab your favorite safety razor, favorite blade, and some Head Slick, and you'll get a nice, quick, close shave. No doubt about it. And I have to shave after I do this broadcast, so maybe I'll use some more Head Slick. So the one Baba, thanks very much for that. Hey, this comes from D. Richland. I think this is Dave Richland. Good tip, Mark. I always blow off my blades every time I shave. I also clean the razor with hot water and dry with a towel. I place the blade back into the razor and keep it very loose so air can get in between the blade and plates. Never a problem. I haven't ever used a treat blade, although another fun Monday morning mailbag. Hey, thanks very much for that, Dave. My routine is to take the blade out and I pat it dry on a towel, and then I hang it on a magnet. And then I will, like you, I'll run the razor under some hot, warm water, and I'll towel it off very, very good, and I'll hang it in the stand along with the shaving brush. And that's been kind of my routine ever since I started this wet shaving journey. But your method is also very, very good. You're good to go for the next morning, as a matter of fact. All you got to do is tighten down the razor, and you got the blade in there, so you're good to go for another shave with it. Lee Hazley, 2164, writes, as a person who grew up poor in the UK, tea time was dinner. Traditionally, working folk would only have strong tea, bread, and perhaps cheese. However, every time of day can be tea time. Hey, thanks very much for that, Lee. Really do appreciate it. We talked about tea time last week because of John Shaves 101 comments regarding, again, wonderful British pastry and tea time and that sort of thing. And we had a little bit of history of tea time and that wonderful pastry that he talked about. Check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag for all the details. And Lee, thanks very much for confirming that tea time can be any time, but it kind of varies a little bit, and you'll learn about that. Check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. Lee, thanks very, very much. Really do appreciate that. Mike H. 9701 writes, hi, Mark. Great Monday morning mailbag. Thank you. Wonderful segments throughout the show, as always. Thanks for the heads up on the upcoming release of the Phoenix Shaving Strawberry Shortquake Soap and Aftershave. Definitely something that I am looking forward to picking up. Have a fantastic start to the week, and best regards as always, Mark. Strawberry Shortquake was reviewed last Wednesday. It was released this past weekend. This is the Strawberry Shortcake Shave Soap that was in Fran's Space Cream Summertime Advent Calendar, Day 1. A great, great shave soap and scent to kick off that calendar in the countdown to National Ice Cream Day. It was just a favorite right off the bat. And Doug and Fran and everyone at Phoenix Shaving released it as Strawberry Shortquake. Strawberry Shortquake. And it's a terrific scent. And get up to the product page. We'll link it below. You can read all about why they call it Strawberry Shortquake. It was a great, great scent. I absolutely loved it. And when I first reviewed it in the Advent calendar, the summertime Advent calendar, all these memories of summer and picking strawberries for my mother and having her strawberry shortcake, they all just came flooding back with that scent. It is spot on, perfect. Great for the summer, great for early fall. You can use it year round. Use it in the winter if you want to liven up a dreary winter day. Strawberry. Hang on. If you want to liven up a dreary winter day, Strawberry Shortquake will do the trick. Okay. Thanks very much for that, Mike. Really do appreciate it. Hey, Michael Flam, 2059 writes, Mark, regarding the Shave Den visit, really, I was lost for words. Is anyone going to intervene? No one human can enjoy that much shave gear. It's like a museum of shave gear. Check out last week's Shave Den visit from viewer Chris Bodrab. Wow, what a great Shave Den visit that was. Absolutely fantastic. Again, you got to go back to last week's wet shave gear segment and last week's Monday morning mailbag. It was really, really remarkable, something to see. So thanks for Chris for sending that along. And Michael Flam, 2059, I agree with you. It's an absolute museum of shave gear. It was absolutely wonderful. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Viewer James Sefton wrote, hey Mark, another great video today about the Osage rub. Every now and then I get some aqua velva and I add 10 or 12 drops of the rub to it to create a Frankenstein splash, so to speak. How about that? That's a great idea. We want to talk about these two products. James very, very kindly sent along the Osage rub, and we recently had the video run probably last week or maybe end of the week before. I can't remember, but a really, really terrific product. So there you go. Take 10 or 12 drops of this Osage rub and add it to Aqua Velva. And you got a Frankenstein splash. How about that? And both of these very, very affordable. You can find these in your favorite big box store, online. Probably your local pharmacy will also have at least the Aqua Velva, the Osage, well, maybe the Osage rub too. You know, I'm going to look at Discount Drug Mart because they carry a lot of these kinds of brands. They carry a lot of Clubman, Pinot, and that sort of thing. They might even carry this Osage rub, but we'll link it below on Amazon where you can check it out. It is terrific. And Aqua Velva, come on, who doesn't have Aqua Velva in their shave den? You want to kind of liven things up? Take some of the Osage rub, add it to Aqua Velva. Hey, James, thanks again very, very much. Viewer Bob LaRose sent this along. Hey, Bob, great to hear from you. And this is regarding the Hype shaving brush. Now, I believe we've talked about the Hype razor. It's an injector razor. Kind of a different look when it comes to single-edge injector razors. We'll link the company below so you can check out both the razor and this shaving brush. Here's what Bob has to say about the Hype shaving brush. This is a unique, very modern-looking shaving brush. The brush itself is conventional, thick, synthetic, and effective. The handle is altogether new and creative. It is thick and flat, and as the photo indicates, it appears designed to have one finger on the top. Because the handle is short, it was difficult for me to do a bowl lather, and so this brush is better for doing a face lather. If design awards are given to new products, this ought to get one. It was designed in Italy, made in China. The company is Hype, and it is worthy of the hype, a remarkable brush. Hey, Bob, thanks very, very much. Again, folks, we're going to link to Hype's website where you can check out this shaving brush and also their razor, their injector razor. Both have some very, very unique designs, very futuristic. And here's a synthetic shaving brush that is probably better for face lathering than bowl lathering. However, maybe try it in a shallower shaving bowl like the fine shaving bowl, something like that. Might work very well with a shallower shaving bowl, something that's not that deep. So yeah, Bob, thanks very much for sending this along. Again, folks, we'll have a link below to the Hype shaving brush. Bob, thanks again very, very much. Well, Larry Sablotny has something new in his shave den, and he writes, I received Hendrix Classics & Company's 007 Shave Soap and Splash this week. The shave was outstanding. The scent was great, and the splash scent is long-lasting. I scooped out about a half a spoonful, which proved to be too much, and pushed it down in the shave bowl. Then I began creating the lather. In about a minute, I experienced, boom, lather. It was a very rich and slick soap. It also has great residual slickness to it on the face and allowed a touch-up after the second pass. The scent is so good, I have ordered the EDP of 007 from Hendrix Classics & Company. Hey, Larry, thanks again for a terrific review of Hendrix Classics & Company's 007 Shave Soap and Splash, and let us know how the EDP works for you. It sounds wonderful. It sounds very refined, very masculine, very elegant, very James Bond. Thanks again, Larry. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Viewer Brian Zions Bernstein sent this along regarding Adidas Dynamic Pulse aftershave in a glass bottle. And he wrote, I was in one of my local Walmarts and decided to look at their aftershaves. Attached is a picture. This Walmart is in East Greenville, Pennsylvania, in southeast Pennsylvania, about 50 miles from Center City, Philadelphia, Have a great week, Mark. That's from Brian Zions Bernstein. Hey, Brian, thanks very, very much. And this confirms that, you can get this Adidas Dynamic Pulse Aftershave at about $5.38 at your local Walmart. We've had a couple of other viewers check in, and the price seems to be consistent throughout the country so far. It's $5.38 at my local Walmart, as I recall, and also at some of the other Walmarts from viewers who have checked in. And now Brian is confirming that Adidas Dynamic Pulse, Adidas Dynamic Pulse is $5.38 at his local Walmart in Southeast Pennsylvania. Check it out, folks. Get over to your local Walmart. You'll probably be able to pick up Adidas Dynamic Pulse Aftershave in a glass bottle for about $5.38, give or take a few cents. I'm not sure. If you find it, snap a picture of it on the shelf, maybe even buy some, try it out, let us know what you think, send us the picture and what price you got Adidas Dynamic Pulse for at your local Walmart. Brian, thanks again very, very much. Well, speaking of Adidas Dynamic Pulse, Lee Meyer of Shavesplash.com sent this along and wrote, "Hi Mark, I hope this finds you well. Thank you for another great Monday morning mailbag. I saw you mention Adidas Dynamic Pulse on your last show, and during your recipe for a great shave video, you mentioned that a number of viewers noticed a similarity to Parasso Green. I understand the similarity, but have a slightly different take. To my nose, I get hints of another iconic fragrance, Creed Aventus. I did a little research, and it turns out Dynamic Pulse was designed in 1997 by a prominent perfumer, Philippe Boussaton. I hope I pronounced that right. Philippe Boussaton, who also designed Van Cleef & Arpels' Czar in 1989 and later Davidoff's Cool Water Wave in 2007. The key scent notes in Dynamic Pulse are mint, cedar leaves, mandarin orange, grapefruit, mango, apple, labdanum, sometimes called rock rose, patchouli, and sandalwood. This makes it a fougere, but one which falls into the subcategory of chypre due to its use of labdanum. Parasso Green's main scent notes are mint, also found in Dynamic Pulse, and eucalyptus, which might be reminiscent of its cedar leaf note. However, for me, Dynamic Pulse is much fruitier. Creed Aventus is also a very fruity fragrance with notes of blackcurrant, green apple, lemon, and pineapple. It's what I call a new fruit fragrance because starting in the 1990s, perfumers started introducing fruits other than the usual lemon and bergamot. Although the fruits are slightly different, I find the bouquet of these two fragrances to be similar, or at least make a similar impression. I agree that at under $6 a bottle, Adidas Dynamic Pulse is a great value. It's easy to wear, is fresh, clean, and sporty. A great addition to anyone's collection. For anyone that wants to learn more, I've added a review to the Shave Splash database, which can be found here, and we'll have a link to that. As always, thanks for all you do, and see you on the next 3MB. Sincerely, Lee Meyer. Lee, thank you for this great information and the breakdown of the scent notes of Adidas Dynamic Pulse and Parasso Green and the others. This is wonderful and marvelous. Again, folks, get up to shavesplash.com. We'll link to where that information is that Lee is providing regarding Adidas Dynamic Pulse. Lee, thanks again very, very much. Well, speaking of scents, viewer Greg Pisante sent this along, and he writes, "We all have our favorite scents or colognes, right? Finding the matching shave soap can be a challenge. Well, this website makes it easy by listing the scent and the soap company that has the matching shaving soap. You can find your favorite homages with ease instead of spending hours trying to find it otherwise. What a neat resource this is, Mark. And this is the Shaving Fragrance Homages page from the Thirsty Badger Shave Company. We'll link it below. All you got to do is put in the scent, and then it'll give you the companies out there, the artisans out there that are doing an homage to that scent. A little different approach from shavesplash.com, but another great resource. So for instance, if you go up there and type in Barbasol, Phoenix Shaving Cad comes right up. It works that way. So hey, Greg, thanks again very, very much for passing along this great resource. Again, folks, we'll have the link below. Well, speaking of scents, viewer Greg Pisante sent this along, and he writes, "We all have our favorite scents or colognes, right? Finding the matching shave soap can be a challenge. Well, this website makes it easy by listing the scent and the soap company that has the matching shaving soap. You can find your favorite homages with ease instead of spending hours trying to find it otherwise. What a neat resource this is, Mark. And this is the Shaving Fragrance Homages page from the Thirsty Badger Shave Company. We'll link it below. All you got to do is put in the scent, and then it'll give you the companies out there, the artisans out there that are doing an homage to that scent. A little different approach from shavesplash.com, but another great resource. So for instance, if you go up there and type in Barbasol, Phoenix Shaving Cad comes right up. It works that way. So hey, Greg, thanks again very, very much for passing along this great resource. Again, folks, we'll have the link below. Well, last week, viewer James Sefton let us know that he accidentally dropped his alum block and it broke in half, but he was able to salvage both halves. And I asked him, how did you do this? And he sent along the explanation. Hey, Mark, when I dropped the block, I was pretty lucky because it was a diagonal break, and I just took some 120 grit sandpaper and rounded the edges, and my son-in-law said that he would be glad to have it, so I gave it to him. It was a Gentleman John block. It's the only one I buy. I know there are a lot more out there, but I have always been happy with it. So there you go, get some 120 grit sandpaper. And if your alum block breaks, if you drop it and it breaks in half, get some of that 120 grit sandpaper, sand it down, round down those edges, and you'll be good to go. You'll have a spare, possibly smaller sized alum block, but you'll be able to make good use of it. Hey, James, thanks very much for explaining the method. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up another Monday morning mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zarady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video, or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.